This show is produced by the Hartman Media Company. For more information and links to all our great podcasts, visit hartmanmedia.com.
Speakers, publishers, consultants, coaches, and info marketers unite. The Speaking of Wealth Show is your roadmap to success and significance. Learn the latest tools, technologies, and tactics to get more bookings, sell more products, and attract more clients. If you're looking to increase your direct response sales, create a big-time personal brand, and become the go-to guru, the Speaking of Wealth Show is for you. Here's your host, Jason Hartman.
Hey, I wanted to welcome Nate Woodbury with Be the Hero Studios. He is an expert at producing YouTube content or video content in general that gets results. And I know he's good because he works for my friend Mike Dillard. Nate, welcome. How are you?
Doing great. Thanks for having me here.
It's good to have you. So we're here at our friend Ryan Moran's house, and we're doing a little masterminding the last day. It's just been really interesting. You know, I was hearing you talk at lunch about your approach to YouTube, and I was just amazed. I thought it was phenomenal. The way you pre-search the keywords for video. You don't make a video first. You first find out what the world wants you to make, and then you make that, right? Elaborate on that for us.
Yeah, absolutely. So what we commonly do is we'll make a video and think that it's time to now optimize it and choose which keywords or whatnot. But if you go in reverse, you find out what questions people are asking you around your area of expertise, and then you make specific videos to answer those questions. It does a couple things. One, it makes it easier to make that content. It directs you.
It directs you on making the right content, the specific vertical content area, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to make a video on fitness, instead of just brainstorming, thinking, okay, well, I need to make a video on push-ups, I need to make a video on running, you can find out what are the specific questions. So somebody might say, how to do the perfect push-up for beginners. And you're like, oh, well, that's easy. I can talk about these 5 bullet points. So it makes it easier for filming content, but from a search strategy, it sets you above all the competition. It makes it so that you don't have to compete with all the other push-up videos out there, but all the people that are searching for that specific thing will find you, and they'll see you as their hero or as the expert. They'll want to subscribe to your channel. It really does well in the algorithm, so that YouTube will then start promoting your videos and your channel.
Now, when I walked away from the table for a moment at lunch today when you were talking about that, had to go walk the dog, and then I came back, and you were talking about, I think, embedding words into the video. What is that about? Okay,
so the question was asked at lunch a lot about keywords and how to tag keywords, and is there any tools? They said, can you use any tools to find the right keywords for a video? And my answer was that really you can't cheat the system. There's not a special formula or special software that can help you choose the keywords that are best for your video. But instead, if you do the keyword research ahead of time, you know what the topic of the video is now. And then when you make the video, all of your content, so everything that's embedded in there is around that key phrase. So when YouTube transcribes your video, they know what your video is about and it's going to rank it. So if you think about it, doing it the old way, if you make a video, just say some fitness video, and then you go in and you put keywords, but you didn't actually say that phrase in the video, there's nothing you can do to go and put it back in.
Right. So in other words, don't be thinking that, well, I'm not going to have YouTube transcribe my video. It's always transcribing your video for its own search algorithm, right?
Right. It will pull a lot more data and information from your transcription than it will from anything that you manually put in there.
Right. So you've got to be actually talking about the content. Similarly, when people write blog posts and they use tools like Yoast or whatever, right? They'll have to optimize for a certain keyword density. And what you're saying is you have to do that in the spoken words inside of your videos, right?
Yeah. And it makes it easy for how-to type content. I mean, if you're an expert in whatever area and you're making videos that answer these questions that people are asking, you're naturally going to cover that. So you do the keyword research first, film your video, share your expertise, and you'll get results.
Okay, so take us down the rabbit hole of the keyword research for just a moment. I mean, we got several other areas we need to cover, but keyword research, I mean, that's kind of a broad term, right? Everybody's heard it. they use a tool and then they research keywords. But like, specifically, you talked about the push-ups example, for example. I'm in real estate. We help people buy investment properties, and we've never had any tremendous success on YouTube, and I keep waiting for it. Podcasting, yeah, we're great at that, but YouTube, not so much. What would I do, say, in the real estate field, for example?
I'll share the answer from two perspectives. One is I can share you a tool that I use. There's a company called SEMrush, SEMrush.com. They have a brand new tool, just launched off a beta. Now it's an official new tool called the Keyword Magic Tool. You can type in your topic. So if you typed in real estate investing, then you hit the questions button, it will list hundreds of questions that people are asking about real estate investing. So it's a lot more specific.
Wow, that's awesome. So for that SEMrush tool, is there a fee for that, or is that a free tool?
I'm paying $100 a month for that.
Okay, so you get the actual questions the world is asking Google, and then it might be too much, though. That might be overwhelming, right, Nate? Or how do you narrow down on it? I mean, if you just say, what real estate questions are people asking, there's probably thousands and thousands and thousands of questions.
Yeah, I go after the ones that just have a little bit of search volume. I don't need a lot. I don't need to go after the ones that have thousands of searches each month. But obviously a lot of them have 0. It'll say that anything below 10, it will list as 0. So I have 10 as my minimum benchmark. I don't find it overwhelming. I think of it as kind of mind-freeing. It's like it's giving me focus on, hey, if I'm going to film this episode or I'm going to film 10 episodes, now I've got 10 specific questions or 10 specific titles that I can make my videos about.
Okay, so yeah, that kind of begs the question of, so you don't go for the highest volume keywords kind of intentionally, because are you assuming that there's already a lot of other content out there about that? And so it's not just the volume, that's one side of the equation. That's I guess we'll call it the supply side, right? But then the demand side is what volume of, I'm kind of flipping it here actually, but it sort of makes sense in my mind at least. The demand side is what volume of videos are already out there. See, the thing that tool doesn't tell you is what's already out there competing with you, right?
Yeah, that's right. And you can get a general sense just by going to YouTube itself and typing in those phrases. But you're right, that is kind of my default rule, is I think, okay, if it's got higher search volume, there's going to be more competition. To give you some examples in the real estate investing niche, because that's one of the channels I produce, we made a whole series of videos on as specific titles that we could come up with that still at least had a little bit of search volume, on phrases like how to invest in real estate with no money, or how to invest in real estate with no credit. Well, this could go on and on. Yeah. We never actually made a video called real estate investing. But when you go to YouTube, and now that we've done hundreds of videos with the real specific titles, if you type in real estate investing, we're showing up all over the place.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So is there any tool to find out how much content is out there competing with you for those keywords? Or is that just sort of, you take a look, you browse around YouTube, or is there a real tool for it? I mean, there's a tool to tell you what people are asking, but is there anything on the amount of content already? Competition, in other words?
There's the Google AdWords keyword tool. So this is Google's data, and I'll use that. It will give you a level of competition, and that's really based on the phrase and how many people are paying, for ads. So how much ad spend is going towards those phrases. But I tend to go to the simplest route, and I just go directly to YouTube. And so if I'm wondering, okay, if there's a specific phrase, how many competitors do I have? I'll type in that phrase in YouTube and just scan down the page and see how many videos are there and what's showing up at the top, so I can know what I'm up against. Fantastic.
Now, one of the other things I heard you say at lunch is you talked about the magic 4-month rule, right? Tell us about that.
So YouTube, not only can you show up in search, but YouTube will promote your videos. When you're watching a video, alongside of it, there'll be suggested videos. Or when you first go to the YouTube homepage, there'll be a whole bunch of videos suggested in front of you. And how do you show up there? Well, the YouTube algorithm is looking for good, consistent channels that have good results, good consistency. So I've found that if you post at least 5 episodes per week...
That's a lot.
It is a lot. It shows consistency.
It shows a real commitment, and so the algorithm favors the committed people, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. And it's not always exactly to the day. In one case, I've had it happen exactly on that 4-month mark. I've had it happen a week sooner or a couple weeks later. But around 4 months, going consistent like that, then in addition to showing up in search, YouTube will take some of your videos and put them in the suggested videos area, and you'll experience a big spike on your channel. Just, a huge surge of views and huge surge of subscribers.
Now, people commonly ask, can you buy those featured spots on YouTube the way you can buy like sponsored ads in other platforms? Or do you simply have to earn them, if you will, by being consistent and waiting 4 months, etc.?
So there's not a way of paying to be a trending video or one of those top spots. YouTube's obviously an advertising platform. So you can pay to put an ad and have that ad appear before other people's videos. The disadvantage of paying for ads like that then promote your channel is a video that people watch that's in front of them because you paid is going to have a lot lower average view duration than a video that's watched that was found organically. So maybe I'll simplify the way I say that. If you have a channel and all of your videos kind of average an average view duration of say 40%. 40% of they're 10-minute videos, so that means 4 minutes.
You're saying view duration, right? Okay, I just wanted to make sure everybody caught that.
Yeah. So if your average view duration is around 40%.
So 4 out of 10 minutes, you mean?
Exactly right. But then if you have an ad and you pay and that ad's getting out there and getting thousands or hundreds of thousands of views depending on your ad spend. So depending on the audience that you are targeting with these ads, you're not going to have the same average view duration as you would on your organic video. And so let's say your ad campaign's getting a 20% view duration. That's going to hurt your average view duration on your whole channel. And so it actually will make the rest of your videos on your channel get less promotion.
Oh, so you could actually hurt yourself by spending money advertising. What do we do then? I mean, if you've got capital and you want to throw some money at YouTube advertising, and interestingly, Nate, I don't hear many of my internet marketing friends talk about YouTube advertising, which kind of surprises me. Maybe that's the reason, I don't know, but they certainly talk a lot about Facebook ads, Google AdWords, etc., but not really YouTube ads. Any thoughts? But it's really a two-part question. So First off, you can hurt yourself by spending more money, right? And is there a way around that? And then why isn't anybody talking about YouTube ads?
So there is a lot of money to be made on YouTube ads, but the traffic is not going back to a YouTube channel to try and grow subscribers or views. They promote through these ads on YouTube, and it's directing people to their landing pages. And typically, you'll see a 5-to-1 return. So if you're going to spend $100,000, you should expect a $500,000 return. At least that's what we're seeing. But in promoting your own channel, an idea that I've been exploring and I'm looking to try in the coming year is to set up a secondary channel. You put the ad on that channel.
I was thinking of that. Yeah, that's good.
Okay, so the ad basically promotes your primary channel,
right,
but the view duration on that ad won't hurt your main channel.
Okay, so just take us through that one more, because what you're saying, the content of the ad says, here's my channel, go find it here at Jason Hartman Real Estate, for example, right? Mm-hmm. But the ad campaign is being run from Jason Hartman Real Estate Ads channel, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, good. So you need a channel to advertise, right?
Correct, yep.
Okay, good. Nate, we've been talking for 15 minutes or so. We haven't talked a single thing about two elements. Number one, what is the optimum length for a video? Everybody wants to know this, right? Can't wait to hear your answer. But number two, what about the actual content of the video? Like, any tips on how you should stand or sit or environment or anything. I mean, you showed me some videos with some great scenes that you do where you rent like Airbnb places and stuff. So talk to us a little bit about length, first of all, and then content.
So YouTube recommends between 7 and 16 minutes. And so we just makes it easy to say an average of 10 minutes or so. A lot of people hear that number, they think, oh, really, you want to go that long? But that's what people expect. When you go to Facebook, you expect to have a Facebook experience with shorter content. People that spend time on YouTube are used to seeing 10, 11, 12-minute long videos.
But not half-hour or hour-long videos.
Occasionally they'll find them, but that's right.
Oh, I mean, I certainly find them. People send them to me, and I usually don't watch them. But, I don't know what the rest of the world does. That's just me.
Yeah, you'll find exceptions everywhere, but that's generally what I strive for is 10 minutes per episode.
And then the other one was about the content of the video. in terms of the scene, the backdrop, the where you should be. Should you flip from like a talking head to a whiteboard, or character generators on a screen, or just any tips, whatever you want people to know, Nate.
Yeah. So 2 points of advice here. The first one is to keep it simple. Don't do it on a green screen. Don't put flashy text effects. Don't stress about having it look like a television studio production. Just be organic, just be real, just be authentic. Film in your home, and sometimes, I have a nice camera that I love to use, but don't let that stop you. I would just start filming on your phone.
Whole documentaries have been filmed on iPhones now, so don't overdo it on the quality, right?
Exactly. And my second point, this is what a philosophy that I use in everything when I want to create or find a new style or find a new way. Find a YouTube channel or channels that you like, that you love how they film, and just figure out how they filmed it. So it might be somebody that they film in their living room and they've got a blurry background, and you're like, I want to have that look. Well, then you might just need to get a tripod and a camera with a high wide aperture lens. Or if you notice that I really like their style, they're always walking, they must have some good selfie stick or something. Or if you look at somebody's video and you notice they have really good lighting, this is what I did. I looked at the reflection in their eyes to see how they set up their lights.
That's awesome.
But a lot of times you can face a window. So if you're facing the window, the light's coming in on your face. So it sounds like a simple tip, but it makes a whole lot of sense to just look at other YouTube channels, see what they're doing, see what styles you like, and then just do that. Keep it simple.
And I'll say that I think the one area that does need to be, you need to focus on quality, is the sound. Bad sound just ruins it. And so many YouTubers just have awful sound, and it's not very difficult or expensive anymore to get decent sound, is it, Nate?
Yeah, you're right. We're recording here on a Rode microphone. I've got a Rode shotgun mic I put on my camera, but if you get that too far away, then the audio goes bad. So you can get a lav mic. If you're recording on your phone as your camera, you can get a lav mic that plugs into your phone. And so even if you're 5 feet away, it makes the audio so much better just to have a good mic.
Yeah, no question about it. Okay, hey, give out your website, and then we'll just wrap it up with one more thing. I've got a question for you.
Okay, it's BeTheHeroStudios.com.
BeTheHeroStudios.com, awesome. Any other thoughts, a question I didn't ask you, just something you want the listeners to know?
Okay, so I'll wrap up with a ninja tactic. So this is once your channel's gotten momentum, you've had a spike or 2 or 3 before. One of my channels, we had not had a spike for a while. The channel was at about 80,000 subscribers, and we thought, you know what, it's time for another spike. So this is what we did. We looked back at some of the videos that had performed the best. We found a video that had the title, How to Invest in Your 20s. We decided that we were going to redo that video, just make another one with that same title. And I told Chris, we're going to add a little bit more excitement to the video. We're going to have you walk around. I'm going to follow you through your house. And to start the video, I convinced him that he needed to pull up in his BMW i8. It's a fancy car, has the wing door. And so the results of this is we ended up filming a 20-minute video. The original was only 6 minutes, but it was really engaging, and it had a lot more of these exciting elements. We got to see his car, his house. We got to see the maid doing cleaning as he's teaching these principles of how to invest in your 20s. By revisiting a topic that already performed well on the channel, but then doing it in a more epic way, we just call it, we're going to make an epic video this time. That video caused the channel to spike, and over the next 5 weeks, we went from 80,000 subscribers to 160. We doubled in 5 weeks.
That is an awesome ninja tactic. Hey, Nate, thanks so much for sharing all this with us today.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for listening. Please be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss any episodes. Be sure to check out the show's specific website and our general website, hartmanmedia.com, for appropriate disclaimers and terms of service. Remember that guest opinions are their own, and if you require specific legal or tax advice or advice in any other specialized area, please consult an appropriate professional. And we also very much appreciate you reviewing the show. Please go to iTunes or Stitcher Radio or whatever platform you're using and write a review for the show. We would very much appreciate that. And be sure to make it official and subscribe so you do not miss any episodes. We look forward to seeing you on the next episode.